Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is Becky or Becky Setra. If this is the first time you are here, you're very welcome. And if you've been here before and you've subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't yet subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Anyway, so in today's video, it is a request by one of my subscribers to do an update video on the care worker or senior carer or carer visa in the UK, because they have heard that there is a new update that is going to be taking effect on the 15th of February 2022, because a lot has changed. There's a lot of exciting news. So if you're interested in wanting to know more about this, why not watch this video to the end? I promise you there is a lot of information there that will help you in your journey. So let's start. Hello, welcome back. So as I said, today's topic is UK care worker visa update February 2022. So as you know already, senior carers and auxiliary nurses were added to the shortage occupation list sometime last year, but the visa program has been expanded and a few more categories of care jobs have been added. So if a job has been added to the shortage occupation list, what it means is that recruiters can recruit people from these categories from overseas into the UK. And as some of you may be aware, due to the pandemic, there's a lot of shortages in care homes or in the health and social care sector in the UK. So what are the new groups of people or types of carers that have been added to the shortage occupation list? So one of them is care assistants. So before then, as I said, with the senior carers, your job would require some form of leadership, I would say, and supervisory role, but these are the ones do not have to have leadership or supervisory roles. So we have the care assistant, there is carer, there is home carer, there is support worker. So these four groups have been added, and it could be home carer. As I did a video on the types of care jobs in the UK. So home carer going to people's homes, or you could find a job in a care home or residential home. So once again, the groups are care assistant, care workers, carer, home carer, and support workers. The basic thing is all of them do the same job, which is helping people to achieve their activities of daily living, which they couldn't have done themselves. So supporting people, washing, bathing and all that, toileting and all that. As you know, I've done a video about all these things before. So this is just an update, but it is an in-depth update. So you need to watch to the end. Okay, so these categories have been, I've done my note again, have been allocated a shortage occupation code. This is very important, especially if you're applying for a job. You need to put in the code of the job that you are applying for. So the code for the shortage occupation list for care jobs, which is the new one, which takes effect in February this year, 2022, the code is 6145. Now, these changes that have come up allows employers to employ people from overseas on a 12 months period or for a 12 months period. But this 12 months, if you have come and you're working hard, your employer is happy with you, do you think they will lay you off? Not necessarily, unless of course you're not good enough, then maybe. So what are the requirements you need to meet, or your employers would have to meet? The annual salary requirement. So your annual salary should be, or that job should be offering £20,480 per annum, or around £10 per hour. You still need to meet the skilled worker visa requirement, which is gets the 70 points, which I'm going to be talking about in the end, in order for you to get that visa. Employer should provide, or the care you are being employed, or the employment you're getting is to come here to provide care, not to do anything else. Now, you should show that you are able to self-fund or look after yourself or support yourself for the first month. And when you are applying, you should have at least about £1,270 available in your account when you're doing your application. And I would say when you start the application, if you can have that amount of money within the month, up to about 2 months in your account, that would help. So that money should be in your account for 28 days in a row when you start your application. You should have, or if you haven't got that money, so far as your employer can confirm on your certificate of sponsorship, which is COS, that they will support you in your first month of arrival in the UK, that would be good enough, but there need to be evidence of that on your COS. You still have to meet the English requirement. Here, someone would say this new route, which is the carer and all that, you don't need any proper qualification. I would tell you, you would, although they said not much like any proper qualification is required. Experience is the most important thing. Since you're applying from overseas, there are millions or thousands or whatever people applying. If you haven't got any qualification and things, it is competitive. So it's important to have them rather than not to have them. That's my personal advice to you. So you would still have to meet the English requirement, which shows you should be able to read, you should be able to speak, you should understand and write English, and to a minimum level, they said, which means you can do your IELTS, the UKVI one, and the score they require is not a lot, really. You need a criminal record from your home country or police clearance to say you are not a criminal or you haven't got any bad things in your history. You need a TB or tuberculosis test result. Normally they have specific test centers that they would like to use because they don't want the fake ones, as you know. Now, the English that you need should be at level B1 on the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. For example, your UKVI, IELTS, and as I said, if you score 4.5 or whatever, should be enough. Or if you have a degree that has been taught in English, then you can apply to NARIC to just confirm that this is equivalent to, English UK qualification or UK standards, and you don't need to write any exams. So there are different options there. Either you do the IELTS or you have got the A levels basically from UK, or you've got the Scottish National Qualification at level 4 and 5. I don't know what that is because I don't live in Scotland. Or, as I said, you have a degree and you can send your certificate to NARIC to verify that. NARIC is spelled NARIC, UK NARIC, or now they have changed the name to ECTIS. ECCTIS. So you apply, go on their website, and then you would be told what to do. Now, applicants from majority English-speaking countries like USA, Australia, and most of the Caribbean island countries do not need to write English, so which is really good for them. And then the application process, you would have to use the skilled worker visa form. So when you're applying, you need to use the skilled worker form, and you need to tick the box to confirm you are applying for this subcategory of visa. Now, normally you would have to apply online within 3 months of receiving your COS. So if you have got a job offer and they've given you a certificate of sponsorship, within 3 months of receiving your certificate of sponsorship, you should do your application. And then upload all the relevant documents which would be required to support your application. In one of my videos, once again, I talked about documents required for UK carer visa, so you can look at that. Now, this opportunity or this update about this new care jobs or UK visa for carers has actually given you the opportunity to apply for a visa at a reduced rate. So now the application fee is £232 for each person. I think it's up to 3 years visa. You would also have an exemption from the UK immigration health surcharge. So previously, people are supposed to pay some amount of money because when they come here, they would be using the health system. So you pay for that. But if you're a care worker, you would be exempted from that. Mostly, the decision on your visa will be processed within 3 weeks. So that is what they say. Decision on your application would be processed within 3 weeks from the date of your biometric, where your biometric things were submitted and uploaded. So within 3 weeks, you should hear from them. This visa also allows you to bring along your dependents when you are able to do that. Now, during the application process as well, you would need to meet the 70 points for the skilled worker visa requirement, as I said. So I'm going to be talking about what is required or what you need to make up the 70 points. One of them is a job offer. So far as you have applied and an employer has offered you a job, you've got 20 points already, 20 out of the 70. If you meet the English requirement, you will get 10 points. So it's important. If somebody tells you, oh, you don't need any English requirement to get these jobs, I'm sorry, you need to check the facts, because if you're applying as a care worker or health and care, person from overseas, you need to meet the English requirement because your application is going to be part of the skilled worker visa. And in order to get the skilled worker visa, you need to meet the 70 points. And the 70 points are these things I'm talking to you. Once again, job offer gives you 20%. Meeting the English language requirement gives you 10% at 10 points, which makes it 30 points already. Now, how do you get the other 40 points? So one of them is that the job you are applying for is on the shortage occupation list. So a carer, home carer, care assistant job has been added to the shortage occupation list and has a code. So that gives you another 20 points. So if you add it already, you've got what? 20, 10, 20, you've got 50. So we need another 20. So it says the job offer is at the Regulated Qualification Framework, which is the RQF3. Don't worry about all those big words. All it means is that it should be a level of AS level, or let's say A level or diploma level. As I said before as well, most of the recruiting agencies are preferring UK staff. So if you're applying from overseas, you have to bear in mind it's important to make sure that you meet all the necessary requirements, because these jobs are very competitive. You are applying with several other people who some may already have some qualification in care, experience in care. So if you submit your CV and someone who has all these qualifications have submitted and you haven't got any training, you haven't got any experience in care, do you think you would be, offered a job? It's a question, I don't know. So it's important for you to make sure you meet all the requirements, although they're saying not a lot of, education or whatever about that is required. You still, if you're applying from overseas, you need it. If you were living in the UK, some organizations would provide you even the training and all that. But if you're coming from overseas, yes, when you get here, they will still provide you with training and induction so you know what you're supposed to do. But at the shortlisting stage, definitely they look at certain things in order to shortlist you, interview you before offering you the job. So that is my personal advice to you. But you can listen, take it, or maybe leave it. But apart from that, as I said, it is important for you to just meet the requirements, and that would be good. I think I've come to the end of this. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, if there is anything you'd like me to do a video about, please feel free to drop that in the comment section and I will get back to you. Once again, I'm Becky Setre. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And I'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Take care and bye-bye.